Heading out to the mine. You see you got a nice river scene there, and rock walls and things like that here to support the road that went out to the mine and everything else back there. So you can see the remains of a big piece of equipment down there. Got a nice river scene here. And there's something good behind me back here. Another view of that river. And you can see a big quartz vein right there. And the other older miners noticed that too, because there's a big adit right here. And you can see they actually punched in here following that. But that just goes back to here and stops. But that other adit is big. So we will go head up there and check that out. Okay, it does kind of seem like it, doesn't it? Mr. McBride has gone ahead. And if you didn't hear it, he observed that it looks kind of like a sluice tunnel. And it does. Nothing too bad?
Not yet.
Oh man, this is bone dry by our standards.
Yeah, look at this, the sulfur and sulfate and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is capable of pitting there.
I wonder if those are original, those pieces of wood, or...
I mean, it's almost like a sluice tunnel. I mean, really, it really is.
Yeah. From what?
Yeah, but it's not straight like that.
Oh, that's a good point. That's interesting. It does have many of the characteristics, but nothing straight. Yeah. Look at all those drill marks there.
I know, they're getting ready to...
They were punching this way, then they changed their mind and went a little bit to the right here.
See, looks like it's an engine, kind of sort of.
Looks like they started a crosscut here and then changed their minds.
Flowstone.
On the right. Hear our voices echoing?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, look at that.
There's
It's like faintly timbered on the ceiling.
Here's some stops too.
Okay, well that pretty much eliminates the sluice tunnel option.
Look at these.
Oh, that flows tunnel?
Yeah, that's cool.
That is really cool. Why can't we have mines like this more often?
I don't know, look at this. Look how clear it is.
Wow. It's beautiful, actually.
It is. That's neat. I mean, that's active. That's actually active flowstone. I gotta get a picture of this. Focus. Come on.
And it keeps going as far as I can see.
Yeah, it does keep going.
Can't tell if like, it looks like it goes.
It's chilly in here, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a collapse or
That might be.
got something on the left?
Might be passing.
Lots of quartz back here.
Oh, dude. Like, it's all over.
There's more up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's like.
Oh wow.
Right here.
That's just solid quartz, isn't
Look
it?
at, like, I mean, that's.
It's basically all quartz. It's got this thin layer of
Yeah, like sand or.
mud or clay or something on it. All right, is that passable or?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well.
This is the shaft that we believe.
Shaft, huh?
Yeah.
Watch your head.
Maybe a stove. No, it's a big. Wow.
All right, what are we working
It's
for?
about what, 10 feet?
Wow.
10 feet above us.
Yeah, I'd say more than that. I'd say more like 15.
15 in some spots. Man.
It's a big chamber.
That's big, dude.
Oh, and it keeps going.
Okay.
I thought this was the end. It kept going.
No, it goes down. It keeps
Okay, well, this is Good stuff.
Now let's make this a drip, not a eddy, right? Because it's going with the
Yeah.
vein.
Man, that is just, it must have just been solid quartz in here.
Here, stand up on top there. I want to get a picture. I want to get a picture.
So there's Mr. McBride down there to provide some scale on this. And we'll catch up to him. Yeah, I noticed that they do those pretty frequently in here. But they only go back a few feet. Those little side shoots.
Yeah, check this out.
How far does this keep going?
Yeah, it still keeps going for days, isn't it?
Nice.
That actually, it smells like this ass.
Yeah, this keeps going. You can see exactly where the ties were on the floor.
Okay, we got the fort.
Okay.
Man, not very far.
And above us too.
Oh yeah.
Clear down up there. Yeah, it's that is a fork, but it doesn't go very far.
Yeah, there's drill. Drill holes.
And then we keep going.
Boy, this thing isn't really varying from the, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't deviate very far, does it?
There's no like shoots, like big shoots on it.
For sure.
I mean, it's still on top of us too.
Okay, looks like
the face.
yeah, I think this is the face right here. Yeah, but you can see they're continuing to punch through.
This is not what I had planned on today.
Kind of glad we didn't bring the Denali.
I'm glad we didn't bring the Jeep.
Man, you guys are gonna like this site. So over here, got remains of a crane, and you'll see the purpose of this in a minute. You can see the remains of an old generator over here. Now, I know this claim was worked up, I'm not sure if through the 70s, but at least until the 70s, 1970s. And so I don't know after that, but I know for sure it's at least up until the 70s. So, you know, a lot of this equipment dates back to at least back around that time. You see there's the cabin and workshop right there. I'll go show you that in a minute. The essential outhouse right there. You see some of the tanks up here. And unfortunately people have broken into the cabin and the workshop, but the upside of that is that it does give us a chance to look inside for ourselves. This is the cabin on the left. That's the workshop on the right. You can see the that's nice. Old wood stove right there. And then let's see what's inside here. Okay, here's the inside of the cabin. You can see there's a bunch of bunks. Looks like there's a kitchen area back there. You can see some hose up above me here. I don't really feel like fighting my way through all this bunks and stuff in front of me, so I'm not going to go over to the kitchen. You guys have seen kitchens before, probably. So let's go check out the workshop real quick. There's the back side of the shop and the cabin. Good view of the mountain beyond. And let's stick our heads inside the workshop real quick. Got the remains of a bulldozer right here. I don't know enough to know how old that is, but that is interesting to see. And there's a second one. There's two of them. There are two bulldozers. See all the tools and stuff here. There's a storm coming up, so it's getting kind of windy. More tools, equipment, ladders, hoses, tubes, belts. Interesting stuff. Alright, so there are the cabins right there. And that generator's right there. And there's some more equipment here. You see the remains of a sluice right here. A bunch of pipes. And you'll see what all this stuff is for in just a minute. Like I said, there's a storm coming in, so hopefully it's not being too noisy with the wind. Hopefully I don't get struck by lightning. Not a bad view, huh? It gets better. So some of you have probably figured out what this is all about now. But we'll get closer and I'll break it down. So what they did here is they found a prime spot along the river, and it's also a popular swimming spot with the locals now. And they hauled a ton of rock and material out of there. And that's the classic glory hole they talk about right there. And they used this crane here, and unfortunately the boom has been removed. That's what you saw at the beginning. And the crane would lift the rock and boulders and other material up out of there, and you see the big pile of rock right there. That's some of what was lifted out. And then you see the waste rock pile extends out that way quite a ways. So it would have been pretty neat to see this in full operation, but it's still a pretty cool sight even without that, even just using our imaginations. There's a cable stretching across the river there. The guy we're with now, David Howard, said he came here in the 1970s, and there's a sort of a tram system going across to the workings over there. That would be tricky to get to now. Don't know if there's an adit over there or what, but it would not be easy to get to. There's a look at the hole they were digging out, and that's deep. I can't even see the bottom. See some of the locals swimming around down there. There's a view of the bank. That is really deep. I'd love to know how deep that goes. And then here's a view of the crane. Pretty cool. Here's another view of that. Sounds like the locals are having a good time. Yeah, we're taking some power to lift all those rocks out, and of course that's what this was all about. Another view of that motor. This is a view of the crane from above. All that dirt and rock on the right is materially hauled out of the river. Looking down into the pit now, you can really get a sense of how deep it is from above. That's the mining camp below on this quick trip up a fork of the Yuba River, so you can see how rugged it is. Tough to imagine the old-time prospectors scrambling over these canyons, but they did. Next week we'll head farther upriver where there are some even more impressive mines, including one that George Hearst, the father of the famous William Randolph Hearst, held an interest in. None of these mines appear on topographic maps, which means that without some insider knowledge, it is difficult to locate them. So again, big thank you to David Howard and his sons, and really, we're exceedingly grateful to any viewers that can pass on tips and suggestions to us.